Greetings to all the viewers of Restoration Time TV. We are now in the presence of the Lord and want to thank God for you for joining us. I'm your host, Pastor Semono. This is the day that the Lord has made. I am not alone today. I have a guest in studio, and I'm going to ask him to quickly introduce himself before we carry on.
Thank you, sir. Hello, viewers. My name is Success T Mhlongo. Yes.
We want to thank God. As you all know, we always bring you the best, and this is one of the best that we are bringing today. Success Mhlongo has a story to tell.
Yes.
You know, there is a lot that God has done for him, and I'm going to try that we maybe summarize everything so that we don't run out of time. May you just please take us through, the journey of where you were born and maybe your family background quickly, just in short.
Okay. I was born in Bushbuckridge by the hospital called Masana, and I grew up there, and then around 2008-9, that's when we moved to Palaburu, where my parents are. So yeah, that's where home is now.
So you were born in Bushbuckridge,
Yeah, Tonga.
Okay, no, we want to thank God. Then a time came where you had to pass matric. Around your passing matric, I think the story really starts from there. You passing matric. Can you take us through what really happened around that time? You passing matric.
Well, after that period, in 2009, I didn't go to university then, so
You took a gap year.
Yeah, I was really fixing some of my things actually. Yeah, and also doing some applications. So then I met my family. They recommended that I do maybe a short course or something. So which I did. It was a computer literacy at Bush.
Yeah.
And then I did it there. Then I traveled. I was traveling with a staff bus, sort of a taxi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I was traveling, there was one time I was observing this other person. When people are traveling together, and there's a time whereby maybe they get used to each other and they talk and they talk. So I observed this lady. She was always quiet. So I was a bit curious. Why is she quiet? And one time I said, you know what, I want to talk to her, and just get to know this person. And then there was one time I spoke to the person, and when I spoke to the person, I think it was on a Monday.
Yeah.
I spoke to the person. We had a long conversation, and then it reached a point whereby she told me about applications, and then she said I should help her with applications. And by that time, I had a list of universities which I longed to apply for, and I marked them. So I told her no, because back in those days, when you apply, you write a letter, and then you send to the university. They bring the letter and they bring the forms. So I said no, it's fine. I can help you write a letter. And she agreed. I said no problem. And then I felt something in me. I did not understand. So a voice will come that when God can use one person to save another person. And I felt that the whole Monday, and when I got home, I felt that. And I was sleeping with my uncle by then. So at midnight, I would wake up and start imagining and speaking. My uncle was really worried. And then he woke up and...
So you kept on saying God can use one person to save another.
Yeah. And then my uncle would... he woke up the grandmother. And then I went to the grandmother. I explained to her everything what happened. And then she told me, you must not write that letter. And then people can use...
Anything.
Writing, to do stuff.
Yeah.
And then, since then, I felt unusual, My mind, I felt there's really something in my mind. I don't know what. On Tuesday, I went to school. On Wednesday, I completely didn't go to school at all. My aunt, she's at the taxi association. So in that morning, I took my bag and then I followed her. And then they said, "No, what? Hey, no, what? Can you leave her? Can you leave him?" Because they were worried and they observed.
Yeah.
At that particular time, they called my parents. My parents were in Palabo. And then I traveled with my aunt. I spoke things, along in the taxi until we got at my aunt's workplace.
Yeah.
And when we got there in the mid-afternoon, when my parents came, and then, actually in my mind was really affected then.
Yeah.
And they had to take me home.
So to cut the whole story short, it means after meeting with that lady, you spoke with the lady on Monday, and things started to change on that day. And the following day, on Tuesday, you went to school. Wednesday, you said you didn't go to school.
Yes.
So really, from there, it became even worse.
Yeah.
And then maybe to fast forward, from there you passed matric. The following year you managed to go to university. Can you take us through that journey now when you're this side?
Okay. In 2010, because I started applying. I applied in 2019.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't find space, and then I had to come to Pretoria. And then by then I stayed in Johannesburg. So as we traveled, me and my uncle at one time from Bushbuckridge, we had an accident. The car it rolled, and then it
So you're coming to school?
No, not really.
Okay.
I was coming. No, I was going to Johannesburg.
Okay.
To look for space. So the car rolled. Yeah, we got help. Then we were still in I think in Leidenburg from Bushbuckridge. So at least we managed to drive, and we got to Johannesburg at around 12 o'clock. And then I looked for space, and then until I got admitted at UNISA. So I started my studies in 2010 in the second semester.
Okay.
Yes. So I was.
And then you told me off air that you had incidents. Maybe just to put them in one space, there were two incidents of attacks that you had, except the first one where you felt that things really went very bad, where you lost your mind. And then there are two other incidents. Can you take me through both of them at a time?
Okay.
Yeah.
When I finished my degree in 2013, I graduated in 2014, and by then, I started looking for a job.
Yeah.
So I couldn't find any. In 2015, I got an internship in Johannesburg. So I did my internship for a year. So in 2016, in January, when I came back from the internship, I think it was a bit late. I got attacked by two guys that were holding a knife. So, I tried to fight, and they stabbed me on my chest.
Sure.
And but I managed to survive. I went home and they took me to a hospital. So it took me roughly about a month to heal then.
Yeah.
And then in the same year, in 2016, in September, on the 30th of September.
Same year.
Yeah, same year. This time it was worse because after my internship, I was only working on weekends. So I worked at this restaurant
during the week.
No. Yes, during the week. So, because usually sometimes you come home late at around 11, 12, and you jump a certain bridge, Yeah, so this time it was worse. I got attacked by the 5 people. They were holding a hammer, and I found myself, I was down, and I had to hold the hammer, try to fight, and they hit me on my finger until it broke. I had to let the hammer go, and then they had to hit on my skull, 3 times. And I got help. I had to go.
It's like heavily.
The scars are still here. When you cut my hair, I could see them. So from 2016. So I had to be admitted again in the same hospital in Johannesburg, Helen Joseph. And this time, when I got discharged on Sunday, my parents, they came. They said, "No, what? Hey, you need to leave everything and go back home."
Yeah.
So then I had to everything. I had to go back home. I only came back when I was writing my exams, because I had a cement, something like that on my head.
With your story of all these painful experiences, starting with the one when you were still home, losing your mind, now this other two where you got attacked by people, what can we say? Maybe even before we get that, when you were home, when you lost your mind, and there was a time where you recovered. When you recovered, was there no stigma around you? What were people saying? Were they not making you feel like you have lost your... people can talk. How did you deal with that if it was there?
Because it was only known by the family.
Also people, neighbors, people...
Yeah, I was just, in my family, they always regarding me, all the time. So I had to be in bush for some times, because they realized that maybe I could be affected, the stigma. So I had to stay there for quite some time and deal with it. But personally, it
did affect you.
But
what we are seeing today, it's a good story. It is the story of the grace of God. After those things that we spoke about, maybe it's just some of the things that you went through. And God. I think God has been good to you. I think God has been good to you. Many people don't survive what you went through. Some just one attack, they lose their lives. God has been through. What can you say to somebody who is going through what you have been through, even maybe beyond, or even maybe, you went to the point of losing your mind. Some people are just having stress. They don't really lose their minds. What can you tell them? How can you encourage them as a child of God?
All right. I think as a child of God, every challenge that you go through, every obstacles that you go through, in fact, and God is building a testimony in you.
Okay.
So there's nothing that you go through without any form of a purpose.
Yeah.
As much as you may not see it now, it may be dark now, but at the later stage, you will realize that this is God. It was the wilderness at some point, but God
was preparing you for something.
So God, He can use your situations to prepare you for a greater
heights.
Heights. Yeah.
We want to thank God. Now you graduated.
Yes.
You are working.
I am working now.
You are married.
Yes.
You have a child.
I have a child.
God is good. You are even driving.
Yes.
The Lord is good. From what He has been through, we see the hand of God really covering him. And this is an encouragement to somebody out there. We are saying to you, God is able. No matter what you are going through now, never actually use your current situation to judge your future. You just have to know that I'm going through this thing. It's a season and it's going to pass. A time is coming where I'll look back and say, glory to Jesus. If it was not of the Lord, I would not be where I am today. And we want to thank God for your life. And we pray that even the future must just come with good things only. Whatever bad thing that might try to come, may you rise above it. May the hand of the Lord be upon you. We want to bless the Lord. Thank you very much to all our viewers. May the Lord bless you. This is Success Mhlongo, our guest. I am your host, Pastor Semono. And as we close, I want to encourage you that please follow us on Twitter. We are there on Facebook. The details are on the screen. You can check. We are there on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is very important. May the Lord bless you. We love you. Till next time. God bless you.
Thinking about you. Oh, Jesus, I'm so in love with you. You got me crazy. Can't stop thinking about. Oh, Jesus, I'm so in love with you. You got